Hey guys, welcome to Design and Style, a podcast for designers by designers. I am your co-host Dixie with Dixie Willard Design, and with me as always is the lovely effervescent.
I like when you use effervescent.
I like it. It
I like
describes
that.
you. You're just
Thank
bubbly and
you.
happy and cheery.
Thank you. Thank you. The effervescent Rachel Moriarty of
Mhm.
Rachel Moriarty Interiors.
Yes. So today we're going over a pet peeve of mine.
Yes.
I cannot stay silent any longer. It's driving me nuts.
And we've kicked this topic around, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not like we said, yeah, let's just talk about it. We were kind of like treading around it, or
Yeah.
that's not the
Yeah.
word. What do you call it? Like tiptoeing around it.
Yeah.
But Dixie she can't stay silent anymore.
Can't stay silent anymore. So if I step on your toes, I'm sorry. But I'd also love to hear why you disagree with me. I'm open to conversations. That's not what the issue is. But here's my pet peeve. I hate it when designers say, well, you just have to educate your clients. Oh my gosh. It drives me nuts. And here's why. It makes me crazy because it just has that snobby kind of a overtone to me. And this is my opinion. It just feels kind of snobby and like you're looking down on them like, oh, you don't know. Let me teach you. Let me tell you what you need to know. And I think that for me, it's more about working together and finding a solution for your client, not telling your client what they need to do. It's kind of the same result, but it's the tone that you take. It's the way you go about it. So I'm more about working with the client to help them figure out what's going to be best for them, as opposed to just going, you don't know anything because you didn't go to school and you don't have a degree and you don't have, which is just one of those, like I said, it's a giant pet peeve of mine.
It's a pet peeve, and it's a thing like it's one of those behind the scenes things. Like
Right.
we hear it a lot in our groups, amongst designers. And I
don't think that I don't think that the majority of designers who use it mean it in that kind of a snobby way.
I don't think so either, but there are the ones that do. And
right. And I think that's why that word grates on me, because I know that the ones who use it that mean it really mean it.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So today we're here to talk to you, not just about how much I hate the word, but also about just an alternative way of thinking. So we came up with some other suggestions. It's, yes, you're wanting your client to do something and to realize why, whatever it is, the product that you're recommending, why your services are important, whatever it is, you want them to
process.
Yeah, the process. You need them to understand why it's important, but you're explaining it to them.
You're not schooling them. You're not preaching. You're not teaching, and you're not schooling. Because I think that, as much as we want to feel valued by our clients, we have to value them as well.
Yes.
I mean, they are paying us. And so I think we need to, like, for me, in my ideal situation, the playing field is level with us. Right. We're collaborative. There are things that I know and that I'm an expert at, and that's why they've hired me to do their project. I don't even think they actually need to be really educated on anything. You know what I mean? Because they just want the results a lot of the times. My clients, anyway. I mean, my clients are, they like the finishes, they like the styling and stuff like that. There is there is an explaining of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why I'm doing it this way, why this won't work, why that, but I've never even thought of using the word educate my client. Like it just never
Right.
has even.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of decided to talk about it, because for me, I was a little like, it kind of made me do that little head thing. Like, what?
Uh-huh.
Like, I would never do that. Like I don't know. It's just a weird.
So a perfect example for me anyway, that I can think of off the top of my head is Krypton fabric. I love Krypton fabric.
Oh, yes.
I recommend Krypton fabric if people have pets or small children.
We've both done demonstrations.
Yes, because that is some awesome stuff. But the demonstration, you're showing them, you're explaining to them why you think it would be best for them, and what the end result is. They're going to be happier because they're not having to clean as much. When they do clean, it's easier, that sort of thing. So in the process of telling them and explaining to them, you're showing them how it's going to help them. The same thing goes, though, when it's something you're like, oh, you want marble countertops in your kitchen and you make a mess all the time, you drink red wine, you're going to be making a mess. You're not going to educate them. You're going to say, I don't think that that's going to be the best surface for you because XYZ.
Yeah.
You still let them have the choice, of course, but.
And I think that is exactly, that's what you just nailed it, actually. You're not educating them, but you are, what is the word? Explain, describing, because
it's more of a conversation, I think, than it is. That's it. Educating is one way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Which is a word I use a lot, even when I am sending over like concept boards or something. It's like, this is not me telling you. This is a start of a conversation.
Yes.
And please give me feedback. And, and then they can make an informed decision.
Right.
When when you're talking about surfaces, like for a kitchen or something like that. Educate just sounds like you would be, when you look at sometimes, because I've had clients read all the details of a tile.
Absolutely.
And say, oh, this is going to crack, or were you the one that had that issue?
I don't think it was me, but I've dealt with analyticals before.
Where they say, oh, I can't use, because every surface is going to have its benefits, and it's going to have, it's going to have their good and bad. And I feel like if you're educating, you're just like spouting out those bullet points.
Yeah. Instead of saying, okay, so here are our options. This is why each of these are good. This is why, the bad points. I think this one would be best for you, but what do you think?
Exactly.
So,
and an informed decision. They know what they're walking into.
So don't educate your clients. Have a conversation with them.
And it can be like not just for products, it could be for the process too. I'm not going to educate you on the process. I'm going to explain to you how my process works, what you can expect from me, what the outcome will be. I even have it on my website. I have snafus. There will be snafus in this project.
Oh yeah.
There is a snafu in every single project. It's okay. It's going to be unusual for you because you don't do projects on the daily like we do. Right. But we know, but I'm not educating. I'm just giving an expectation of what's, of what the process is. I'm not educating them on the process. Nope. So informing.
Yeah. You're having a conversation.
I think it's, I think what kind of rubs us the wrong way with the word educate is, it's just a mindset. Like it's just doesn't sound collaborative. Right. It doesn't sound open-hearted to me.
Yes. And I think that's exactly it. It's just not warm and kind, and our job is all about relationships. It is so much about relationships. And if you don't care about the relationship with your client or their relationships with the other people in their house, probably not a good job for you to be doing, no matter how good you are at it. Just a little aside there. If you don't care about them, it's probably not the best job for you.
And then the other thing that we were saying is we hear often is, when we're like talking about our fees and the value we bring to clients, we hear a lot of designers talking about, well, you need to tell them about how much education you had and how much you spent on it. I don't think our clients really care about, like, they don't want to know that they're paying your school loans off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, if somebody said, well, I have $100,000 in school loans and that's why I have to charge this much.
Right. Your doctor, why your doctor charges that much. You don't need him to tell you, well, I have all of these student loans from medical school and I went to the best schools and I passed all of these exams and blah, blah. You want to know he's experienced and good at what he does, but you can't
I would be
charge.
put off. Yeah, I would be put off.
Yeah.
If anything.
So don't do that. So
don't tell your clients that they have to pay you a lot of money because you have school loans. Keep it, at the end of the day, we got to keep things client focused.
Yes.
It's all about the clients, let them know the benefits of our service, let them know the value that they will receive, and constantly give value, give more than really, I like to give more than they're paying for.
Yes.
Or to feel like I've given more than they're paying for.
Absolutely. I don't tell them that up front. I want them to feel that way, not me saying.
No, exactly.
So yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, very client focused.
And I will say, if you are trying to explain how your education benefits them, you can say things like, well, I stay up to date and I've studied and paid attention so that I can give you the best whatever it is for you, so that I know what's going on. I know how things go together. More like that as opposed to, well, I passed the NCIDQ. But 90% of people don't give two craps about whether you pass that exam or not. And if they do, it's just because someone somewhere told them they should.
I think now that you mentioned that, funnily enough, I think, so I relate it to my hairstylist. Mm-hmm. I'm a snob when I go to get my hair cut, right? And the thing I'm snobby about, because when you have a pixie, it's really hard. Yes. A pixie gone wrong can make you look like you like women more than you like men. You know what I mean? If it's not like done softly and stuff like that, I've had where it looks like I've been to a barber shop, and it's like, oh, no. So like, I equate it to some of the stylists that I go to. They're continuing education when they're telling me, oh, I just went to a training last week and we learned this new technique and da-da-da-da-da. Those continuing educations to me are so important, because it tells me, no, they didn't just get this thing 15 years ago and they're kind of stuck in that. Mm-hmm. I think that's the same for us too. Yes, I got a certification in 2005, but in that time I continue to do continuing education.
Because we've all seen people in various different fields who got their education and they don't want to learn anything else. Change is bad, and they are going to be stuck in their ways till the day they die. And how aggravating is that?
Yeah.
They may have the best education in the world, the best that money can buy, but it's more about continuing to learn and stay up to date, and what you can bring to the table to offer them that'll be to their benefit.
Right. Right. And some of that stuff is like even going to market.
Yes.
And that's, I don't feel bad to say, hey, I'm going off to market, for this week.
There's nothing
out
wrong
of touch. I am, and letting them know that, I go because I'm trying to find the new stuff. I'm trying to keep up to date, not like I'm going to come back and educate, although I do let people know what I did see. You know, I do videos of the new trends and the lighting trends and the colors and things that we see. But, you know, it's informative and fun.
Yes. And you're showing, not
telling.
Which I think makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I actually do love show, don't tell. Yeah. I really do.
It's more fun.
It is. So I think that wraps up our rant for today. Because we're not very ranty. We are not a very ranty.
Little rant.
We do mini rants. We might get a mini rant every now and then, but
we try not to go too crazy with them.
No. We like to end it on a high note.
We're going to educate you on educating your clients.
We're going to school you. Like, we're going to come on and say, you know what, we're going to school you because we got this rant.
Yeah. Or we'll be us and go, hey, this is why we don't like it.
Yeah. So let us know if you agree or don't agree. You know, either way, we're both open. We are super open to hearing, you know, both sides. If you use the word educate, let us know
why you like it.
Yeah. Convince us.
Because this is a conversation.
That's right. And we might come on and say, you know what? We did this rant
we were wrong.
And we just got schooled.
You know what? We will if we need to.
If it happens, we will.
So, if you want to let us know, if you are in our group, you can let us know in the group, but we'd love to see you on our Facebook page.
Yes.
Which I believe is facebook.com/Design+Style podcast.
Good job, Dix.
I try.
And we will see you next week on the Design & Style podcast.
That's right. Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.